Good morning everyone. Myself Kaushik Chakraborty. In my previous video lecture, we discussed about the working principle of irregular counter. Today, our topic is memories. At first, we want to know what is program and data memory. Basically, memory is a means for storing data or information in the form of binary word. It is made up the storage location in which the numeric information or the program may be stored. Memory used to store data is called the data memory, and memory used to store the program is called program memory. Next, main and peripheral memory. Computer memories may also be classified as main or peripheral. The main memory is an internal part of the computer and is very fast. The peripheral memory, also called the auxiliary memory, is a typical add-on memory with very large storage capacity, but it is much slower than main memory. Next, semiconductor memory. Semiconductor memory is a digital electronic semiconductor device used for digital data storage, such as computer memory. It typically referred to MOS memory, where the data is stored within metal oxide semiconductor memory cell on a silicon integrated circuit memory chip. Next, memory organization. A memory unit is the collection of storage unit or devices together. The memory unit stored the binary information in the form of bits. Generally, memory slash store is classified into two categories. Number one, volatile memory. Number two, non-volatile memory. First, volatile memory. This loses its data when power is switched off. Non-volatile memory. This is a permanent storage and does not lose any data when the power is switched off. Next is memory hierarchy. The total memory capacity of the computer can be visualized by the hierarchy of component. The memory hierarchy system consists of all storage device contained in the computer system, from the slow auxiliary memory to first main memory and to small cache memory. The lowest part, the lowest part is auxiliary memory. The auxiliary memory is divided by two categories. One is magnetic tape, another is magnetic disks. The middle portion is called main memory, and next portion is cache memory, and the topmost portion is register memory. Next, register. This is a part of central processing unit, so they reside inside the CPU. The information from the main memory is brought the CPU and keep the information in register. Due to space and the cost content, we have got a limited number of register in CPU. There are basically faster device. Next, cache memory. Cache memory is a storage device placed in between CPU and main memory. These are the semiconductor memories. These are basically faster memory device, faster than main memory. Next, main memory. Like cache memory, main memory is also semiconductor, but the main memory is relatively slower memory. We have to first bring the information to main memory. CPU can work with the information available in the main memory only. Next is magnetic disk. This is bulk storage device. We have to deal with huge amount of data in many application, but we don't have so much semiconductor memory to keep this information in our computer. On the other hand, semiconductor memories are volatile in nature. It loses its content once we switch off the computer. For the permanent storage, we use the magnetic disk. The capacity storage capacity of magnetic disk is very high. Next is removable media. For the different application, we use the different data. It may not be possible to keep all the information in the magnetic disk, so which every data we are not using currently can be kept in the removable media. Magnetic tape is one kind of removable media. CD is also a removable media, which is an optical device. Register, cache memory and main memory are the internal memory. Magnetic disks, removable media are external memory. Internal memories are semiconductor memory. Semiconductor memories are category as to volatile and non-volatile. Next, memory access method. Each memory type is a collection of the numeric memory location. To access the data from the any memory, first it must be located and then the data is read from the memory location. Following following are the method to access the information from the memory location. Number 1, random access. Many memories are random access memory, in which each memory location has a unique address. Using this unique address, any memory location can be reached in the same amount of time in any order. Next is sequential access. This method allows to memory access in a sequential or in order. Next is direct access. In this mode, information is stored in track, with each track having a separate read and write. Okay. Next, the memory unit that communicate directly within the CPU, auxiliary memory and the cache memory is called the main memory. It is the central storage unit of the computer system. It is a large and faster memory used to store the data during the computer operation. Main memory is made up RAM and ROM, with RAM integrated circuit chip holding the major share. Next, random access memory. RAM full form is random access memory. This has become a generic term for any semiconductor memory that can be written to as well as the read form. It can construct the ROM, which can only be read. All semiconductor memory, not just RAM, has the uh, property for the random access. RAM is three types. Number one, DRAM. Number two, SRAM. Number three, NVRAM. DRAM. DRAM full form is dynamic random access memory. Is made of capacitor and transistor and must be refer every uh, 10 to 100 millisecond. It is slower and cheaper than the SRAM. SRAM. SRAM full form is static random access memory. Has a 6 transistor circuit in each cell and retain the data until powered off. Next is NVRAM, non-volatile random access memory. Retain its data even when turned off. Example, flash memory. Next, read-only memory. Read-only memory is the full form of ROM, is non-volatile and is more like a permanent storage for information. It always stored the push loader program to load and start the operating system when the computer is turned on. This is the type of ROM. First is MROM. MROM full form is Marks Program ROM or Mask ROM. In this type of data is programmed into the chip during the manufacture. So it is only used the large production run. It cannot be rewrite with the new data. Next is PROM, programmable read-only memory. In this type of data is written into the chip before it is installed in the circuit, but it can only be written once. The data is written by the plugging the chip into a device called the PROM program. Next, EPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory. In this type of the data in it can be rewrite by removing the chip from the circuit board, exposing it to a ultraviolet light to erase the existing data and plugging it into a PROM programmer. Next is EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. In this type, the data can be rewrite the electrically while the chip is on the circuit board, but the mm, writing process is slow. This type is used to hold the framework, the low-level microcode which the run hardware device, such as the BIOS program is most computer, so that is can be updated. Next, thank you.